It's time for the final race of the day here at Circuit Park, Berghem. It's the 14th race of this, the 7th event in 2024. Rotax Max Challenge Netherlands, incorporating the Dutch National Championship, brought to you by Chrono Karting. You are watching the rolling lap for KZ2 here on the Company live broadcast, brought to you by the sponsors Acer, Karting Champions League, Witte Roth Racing, VAG Technique, and Van Tienen Coffee Machines. So, 14 drivers led by Renzo Alibax on the pole position in kart 214. Jeffrey Fixie is second, then it's Daniel Tenbach, Kevin Stihauer, Germany's Farin Mega, Dirk van Sieflout, then Rick Mewis, Jelte Boomer, Nigel Hendricks, Jens Troyer, championship leader, only starting 10th, ahead of Martin van Eyden, Dan Zotvi, Robin Glerum, and Eric Angenent. The championship coming into today was led by Jens Troyer. It still is led by Jens Troyer. 584 points before the start of the day. Enzo Ball is racing elsewhere. I'm sure if you want to go and watch Enzo Ball race after this broadcast is finished, you'll probably find him somewhere in Portugal. Farin Mega for Germany is a former Rotax Grand Finals Minimax champion. Now does all his racing in KZ2 shifter karts. In USA they call these the pro shifters because they are the pros, they are the very best, the very fastest at what they do, the KZ2s. And this could be a very interesting race because Jeffrey Fixer set pole position and jumped to the start in the pre-final. That demoted him to second behind Renzo Alibax. Jens Troyer has had a torrid time so far today. He starts from 10th. Farin Mega on the Kartschmied Deutschland Mach 1 chassis was probably the fastest driver in the first race, but he fluffed his start quite badly. And he now starts from the inside of row number 3. 14 drivers, they're still lining up on the grid. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in about 3.5 seconds. Everybody is clamoring at the spectator fencing for a glance at this one. They wait for the flag at the back of the grid to go up. It does. They wait for the lights on the gantry to go on. They do. They wait for the lights to go out, and we're off and racing. It's a good start from the outside of the front row. Side by side between the two front row men going into turn number 1. And it is Alibax who emerges just in front. Oh, at the back of the field, one of the Birrell ART karts runs a little bit wide. But I have to say that Alibax from pole position. Jeffrey Fixer made an excellent start and was trying to break away. Let's have a look. Who is that in the lead? The number 223 kart running in there in 3rd position. Then the number 211 Tenbach is 3rd, up at the front as we complete lap number 1. Alibax manages to hold on from Fixer. Let's have a look further back. Where is Farin Mega? He had another poor start, did Farin, down to 8th position. And Jens Troyer has passed him on track up into 7th place for Troyer. As we look at the rest of the field coming through the technical section, Alibax, Fixer, Tenbach, Stehauer, then Miovis, Silfhout, Troyer, Mega, Angenent. Eric Angenent didn't do a lap in the pre-final, had a technical problem. He is up into 9th position. Yelta Boomer is 10th. Nigel Hendricks on that really interesting, unique Oberon chassis with the Motori 7 engine in it. It is very different to any other KZ2 engine that is out there. And any engine builder, of course, there are lots of different engine manufacturers in KZ2. Yelta Boomer, Dan Zotfi, Robin Glerum, Nigel Hendricks and Martin Van Eyden. That is the rest of the field. Mega trapped in 8th position, already losing an awful lot of ground. Now, you can see he's got points leader, number 242, Jens Troyer directly in front of him. Dirk van Silfhout is the red and white Birrell ART driver, number 277, and the 204 Maranello driver at the front of this field, at the front of this group rather, is Rick Miovis. There goes Mega to the inside, can't quite get it done. And he then loses a lot of speed coming out of that corner. He probably missed a shift going up to the gearbox there, or even banged it into neutral by accident because he was so late on the brakes. Renzo Alibax in the championship position, coming into today. Alibax was 6th. He did win a pre-final. He has won a final. He won the 5th round of the championship. He's had a DQ as well, which has knocked him out of championship contention. But Jens Troyer now has a look at the inside of Dirk van Silfhout and makes the move. Can Farin Mega follow him through? Far into the inside at turn number 4. Here's the move for the race lead. Up the inside. Oh, the two leaders, they collide. And Fisker goes through at the expense of Alibax. Alibax has to run over the dirty part of the roundabout corner, and that pushes him right back into the clutch of number 223, Daniel Ten back, and Kevin Stiehauer as well. And that was a forceful move for the lead from Jeffrey Fixer. Out to turn number 14. Fixer with a big advantage now. So he made the move and he comes out of it with a 1.3 second lead. Side by side further back going through the turns 1, 2 and 3 complex. That was close between the two Birrell ART carts. I was trying to see who that was. That was Dirk van Silfhout and Robin Glerum. Glerum, who had a retirement in the pre-final, is another driver on a bit of a mission here. He's up 4 places to 9th. Here go the leaders. Well, the 2nd, 3rd and 4th place battle. Can Renzo Alibax recover his composure and set off after new leader Jeffrey Fixer? If he can, and he's got time, I would hazard a guess that if he catches Fixer, he will. Oh, and there is the championship leader, Jens Troyer, out of the race after a collision. Down at turn number 4, I think it was Farin Mega who was having a little look up the inside. Troyer turned in, and the championship leader, well, I couldn't quite see if he was getting out of his cart. Is he out of the race, or will he try and jump start that machine? I think he'll get one go. Let's see what happens. So, drama as Jens Troyer out of the race. Farin Mega. That was just one move too far. Let's have a look. Let's see if... well, Jens Troyer is not where he was. Has he crossed the start-finish line yet? The answer is no. Martin Van Eyden is a couple of seconds off the pace of everybody else. He goes through, and I still wait to see Jens Troyer, and I don't think he... There goes Troyer across the line. So he is 34 seconds off the lead. He is 12 seconds behind 11th place Martin van Eyden. There's a really good battle going on a little bit further back. I think we're going to probably see some of it coming on at the start-finish straight now. Yeah, 5 karts in that fight. That is Van Sielpout, Boomer, Zopfi, Angenent and Hendricks all in a battle. That is for 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th position. Here is the scrap on your screens. For 3rd place, Daniel Tenbach and Kevin Stehauer. Now, championship positions. Where is Tenbach? He is 5th. Has Tenbach had a podium so far this year? Yes, only one. Has Stehauer had a podium? Well, he's 4th in the championship. But in the final, no. Oh, actually, let's have a check. In the finals, no, he hasn't had a podium. Has Stehauer. Marshall running. And I have to say, well, I wouldn't be running across the track just yet, sir. The evening air has descended, and it's the track floodlights that are now keeping Circuit Park Berghem illuminated, because we have lost the light, and this will favour the drivers who are in the clear visors. They will now have better visibility than the drivers with the tinted or iridium visors. It also means that you're going to see sparks coming off these karts, which is absolutely fantastic. All it takes is for one of these drivers to throw it across a curb, and you see the metal chassis hitting the metal, the curbing or the track, and the sparks flying. There's the 245, that's Farin Mega, who has just gone past Rick Miewicz, who is now up in the 5th position. Mega has got a bit of work to do to catch these 2 drivers on your screen. That's Tenbach and Stehauer. Meanwhile, Renzo Alibax is closing back in on our race leader. There they go across the line. And Alibax will have, he'll be seeing red, put it that way. He will not be best pleased at Fixer, which, it was an aggressive move, but hey, Fixer did have the inside line. That'll be what he says. Alibax will say, well, you weren't quite alongside me, and Fixer go, well, it was pretty side by side, and you could have backed out of it. Anyway, they will agree to disagree on that one, but Alibax, he now becomes the attacker, and Fixer becomes the defender. And I've got to say, Tenbach and Stehauer are both closing in as well. 3 minutes to go in KZ2, and 4 drivers fighting for 3 podium positions. Fixer begins to defend in that Maranello kart. Watch Renzo Alibax get that CRG tuned up to breaking point as he prepares to make a move. Will he try and surprise Fixer by going for a move into turn number 10 here? Not this lap. Now, up the short straight towards turn number 11. Over turn 12. Both avoid the big curb there. Down to the heavy braking zone at turn 13. A look over the shoulder from Fixer. He knows Renzo is there, and he knows that Renzo will not be happy. So he knows that the move is coming, and he knows the move may not be pretty. How do you cope with that, Jeffrey Fixer? Well, Alibax inching up to him as they go through the roundabout. There's a little reminder from Alibax to Fixer. Hello, I'm here, remember me? And however, Fixer is very good through this short technical section. Fixer's got the point and squirt parts of this circuit is he's very good indeed, is the Maranello driver. Alibax seems to have the better run now on the fast bits. So turn 4 is where we're looking at. Can Alibax get a good run through turns 1, 2 and 3 now? which leads him out into turn number 4. Fixer defends, and Alibax is going to get a good run. Oh, it's going to boil down to the roundabout. It's going to come down to the roundabout again. Does Fixer park it in the centre of the corner? He does. Alibax is wise to it, but they got to be careful because here comes 10 back and Stehauer. Farin Mega isn't out of this one yet either. 5 drivers within 2 seconds of the race leader. 1 minute 13 seconds plus 2 laps to go here in KZ2 as we round out event 7 of the Dutch National Championship. Across the line once again, it's Maranello versus CRG versus Birol at the front, and then the Mach 1 of Farin Mega in there as well. Another 10 is 10 back on. Can't quite see the chassis that Daniel 10 back is on, sadly, but they come around turn number 10. Oh, Alibax is right there, but Fisker is defending. Alibax is going to have to make a brave move here. They cross the line with 14 seconds to go. Next time around, they will see 2 laps to go. So this is 2 3/4 laps remaining. And there's the move for 3rd place, Stehauer, passing 10 back up to P3. Now Fixer defends. Alibax is going to try the crossover here through turn number 6. He gets to the inside. Alibax has the move done. Sparks flying from Fixer's kart. Renzo Alibax back to the race lead. 2 laps and 2 1/4 laps to go. Now they're clipping the curbs more. Now the sparks are flying, and Fisker's kart is gone. Oh, and there's the move. 10 back up the no, sorry, that was 10 back up the Stehauer to the inside, going into turn number 14. Gets it sideways, and that does it for the lead. Fisker's kart is done. He has got to defend. I think it might be tyres. He looks frustrated. I think the Maranello is run out of grip because he is just now having to be so defensive. 10 back and Stehauer are still there right behind him. Farin Mega also, but just look how clear Alibax has got. He's already 1.5 seconds up the road, and Robin Glerum is also joining this fight as well. And they cross the line. The last lap board is out. Renzo Alibax has got this one in the bag, so to speak. Can Fisk hold on? Fixer hold on for 2nd place. It's going to take a mighty effort. There are 4 drivers. 10 back, Mega, who has just passed Stehauer, and Glerum queuing up to make the move. But somehow, I think Jeffrey Fixer is going to manage to hang on for P2. But Renzo Alibax is now 2 corners from home. He will take the checkered flag, and Jeffrey Fixer holds on to P2. There's your winner, Alibax. There is Fixer in P2, and 10 back is 3rd. Stehauer is 4th. Farin Mega crosses the line in 5th, but he's been given a 3-second penalty for that earlier incident with Jens Troyer. That will push Robin Glerum into P5. It will put Rick Miusevic into P6. It will push Mega down to 7th. Jelta Boomer comes home in 8th. Dirk van Silfhout is 9th. Dan Zopfi is 10th. Eric Angenenkt is 11th. Then Nigel Hendricks, championship leader. Jens Troyer only 12th. And Martin van Eyden finishes in 14th position rather. So all 14 KZ2 drivers make it to the end to conclude what has been a very exciting day of racing here at Circuit Park Berghem. It just leaves me to say. First of all, a big thank you to the sponsors, Vantinen Coffee Machines, Karting Champions League, VAG Technique, Acer, and Ritter Raff Racing. A huge thank you to all the circuit staff and the marshalling team here at Berghem, the Orange Army. Without the marshals, nobody would be able to go racing. And of course, the drivers, their families and friends and supporters and teams for making all this possible. The final round of the 2024 Chrono Karting Dutch Rotax Mac Challenge and National Karting Championship will come from Karting Genk in Belgium on November the 3rd. My name's been Henry Baudet. This has been a Camp Company broadcast for Chrono Karting. We'll see you in Genk.